everyone, Tuesday from the Lit Ladies here. Anyway, today our topic is our favorite childhood books, and I'm really excited to share some of these with you. Unfortunately, I don't really have most of them here. Obviously, most of them are still at my parents' house, which is good, so that I can go back and read them, but I don't, well, A, have space to store them here, and B, they're not really mine. Anyway, first of all, I just wanted to say that I'm defining childhood as just anything from birth up until 12 years old, because, 13, you become a teenager. So I'm just going to kind of go through that age range. First of all, I have really, really awesome memories of my dad reading to me whenever I was really young. He did great voices. He was just really awesome at reading to me. I specifically remember loving The Pokey Little Puppy. And we read these things called Alice in Bible Land books, which were, obviously it was a play on Alice in Wonderland, but it was this little girl named Alice who went into different Bible stories. And then there were the Alpha-Pets, which there were 26 of the books, and each one was dedicated to an animal that started with a certain letter. So like A was for Albert the Absent-Minded Alligator. I remember that one. So all the things like that. I loved those books. And of course, I loved anything at all by Dr. Seuss. This is one of the ones I actually have. See. And my favorite was Go Dog Go, without a doubt. My dad and I still quote that one to each other sometimes. And I'm wearing, actually, see, I have my one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish shirt on in honor of, well, A, Dr. Seuss's birthday, which was Sunday, and B, I put it on just for this video. And then after that, I kind of got to where I was reading on my own and moved up to chapter books. And I loved Beverly Cleary, anything by Beverly Cleary, but specifically the Beezus and Ramona books. I loved those books so much. I read a lot of Boxcar Children, a ton of Nancy Drew. Like, I practically read every Nancy Drew book there was. The real ones, though, like the new Nancy Drew Files or whatever, nonsense. No. Real Nancy Drew for me. Thank you. Yeah, I really loved mysteries. And then, I also really liked the Babysitter's Club books. I discovered those for a while. Those were a lot of fun. Claudia was my favorite, interestingly enough, even though I'm totally much more of a Mary Ann, probably. But Claudia was my favorite. I loved her. And I also really, really liked the Dear America books and the Royal Diaries. I was fascinated by history, and I really liked that I shared Marie Antoinette's birthday, and I just really liked learning about history and everything that happened in the past through books like that. And my favorite one was actually Cleopatra, which I checked out time after time after time from the library, and then until finally my parents got it for me for Christmas one year. So, other people could read the library's copy, I guess. It was good. I really liked that book. Okay, and that's pretty much around what I was reading. After around age 12 is really whenever I started reading more adult books, and probably a little bit before that, but I don't really know. I was reading at a pretty high reading level for, I don't know. I don't really know. Reading levels are arbitrary, and who reads what when and whatever. I just kind of read whatever I enjoyed. I could have read, I read Jane Eyre for the first time when I was 12. So, I don't know. But at the same time, I might have read a Boxcar Children a few days before. Probably not Boxcar Children, but Nancy Drew I would have. I read Nancy Drew for a long time. Not so much for the Hardy Boys, though, interestingly enough. But, oh well. And then I just wanted to mention that about the time I started to read, so traveling back in time, about the time I started to read was the time that my mom started reading to us as a family. And I loved those times. And she was really good at that. And she read several times a week, really, up until the time that I was kind of in my early teens. And two of the things that she read the most, there were a couple others, but for the most part, it was the Love Comes Softly series by Jeanette Oke and the Little House series by Laura Ingalls Wilder. And I still love both these series so much, and they just make me happy to just have them. So that's pretty much all I have to share today, but I hope you kind of enjoyed this look into what I read in my childhood, and I certainly enjoyed the flashbacks and going through and thinking of all the books that I used to enjoy. So, but anyway, I guess I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye bye.